Right now, as you are watching this, the foundation of global finance is quietly cracking apart. Most people think countries buying gold is just about playing it safe. That's what they want you to believe. But what if I told you that BRICS nations aren't just buying gold, they're weaponizing it against the Western financial system? And this strategy could reshape everything you thought you knew about money and power. Don't worry if you are not an expert in finance or gold investing. This affects everyone, and I will break it down so clearly that by the end you will understand exactly what's happening and why it matters to your future. BRICS nations' gold reserve strategy revealed, and trust me, this goes way deeper than anyone realizes. Here is what most people miss. While everyone's focused on stock markets and crypto, something massive is happening behind the scenes. China has been buying gold consistently for nearly 2.5 years straight. Russia is about to become the world's largest gold producer. India's families alone own 25,000 tons of gold. That's 6 times what's reportedly stored in Fort Knox. But here is the kicker. This isn't happening by accident. The real trigger, the West weaponized the financial system, and it backfired spectacularly when the US and European Union seized $300 billion from Russia's central bank. They didn't just punish Russia, they terrified every country's central bank. Think about it. If they can freeze Russia's money, whose money is safe? Even Germany is worried. They hold $130 billion worth of gold at the US Federal Reserve, and German politicians are now demanding it back because they don't trust what might happen under unpredictable US policies. This fear created a domino effect. Countries realize that keeping their wealth in Western banks and dollars makes them vulnerable to political weapons they can't control. Gold became their escape route. But this strategy runs much deeper than just buying a safe asset. BRICS countries produce 28% of the world's tradable gold, while the G7 only produces 12.3%. Yet the G7 holds 49% of government gold reserves compared to BRICS' 17%. See the imbalance? The people who make the gold don't control it until now. Russia's gold sector is entirely owned by Russian companies, no Western mining giants involved. China produces almost 400 tons of gold yearly, but hasn't been a net seller for the last decade. Where is all that gold going? Some experts believe China's real gold reserves could be 8,000 tons, not the official 2,500 tons they report. Then there is Uganda's recent discovery, 31 million metric tons of gold ore worth $12 trillion. That's nearly half the size of the entire US economy in one discovery. Ethiopia is also pushing gold as a key part of its growth plan. In just the first half of the one fiscal year, the country earned $1.5 billion from gold exports. This shows the huge investment potential. As more BRICS-aligned nations boost production, the role in the global gold strategy becomes even more important. These aren't just numbers. They are the building blocks of a new financial system. Here is where it gets really interesting. BRICS isn't just hoarding gold. They're using it to build something revolutionary. They have created the new development bank in Shanghai as an alternative to Western financial institutions. BRICS hasn't launched a shared currency reserve yet, but the group is actively building one to rely less on the US dollar and handle future financial stocks more easily. But the most powerful move, they're linking their national payment systems. Imagine a Chinese person in Thailand paying with digital yuan through a QR code. The payment instantly converts to Thai baht in the merchant's account. No traditional banks, no commission fees, and most importantly, no way for the US to intervene or block it. This is already happening. Russia and China conduct 95% of their trade in their own currencies, completely bypassing the dollar. Gold plays a crucial role as the universal anchor in this new system. Unlike dollars or euros, gold has no central authority that can weaponize it. In a world moving away from dollar dominance, gold serves as a reliable benchmark for setting exchange rates between local currencies. But here is the part that should really grab your attention. For decades, there are allegations that Western powers have been actively suppressing gold prices to keep the dollar supreme. Here is how it allegedly worked. Central banks, mainly the US Federal Reserve and Bank of England, would lease gold to dealers who would then sell it in short, betting that prices would fall. By continuously flooding the market with these short sales, they could keep prices artificially low even when demand was rising. The goal wasn't just profit, it was political. To ensure the world kept viewing US Treasury securities as the safest international reserves. Think about this. Fort Knox hasn't been properly audited since 1956. Even congressmen reportedly can't get access, being told it's a matter of national security. The US accounting method treats leased gold as still part of their supply, even though it is not physically in their possession. What happens if everyone suddenly wants their physical gold back? This is where BRICS strategy becomes brilliant. They are not just buying paper claims to gold, they are accumulating and storing physical gold in their own countries. They are betting on tangible assets that exist outside the system of claims, leases, and short sales. The sustained high demand for physical gold over the last year might be making it increasingly difficult to maintain this alleged price suppression. If investors increasingly demand physical delivery of the gold they have claims on, this could expose potential discrepancies. Some experts call this a potential run on the gold market. This gold strategy isn't happening in isolation. It's part of a much bigger plan. BRICS countries control 40% of the world grain market. Russia accounts for 20-25% of global grain trade. They're global leaders in crude oil, natural gas, and strategic minerals like iron, copper, and nickel. Now they are establishing their own independent commodity trading platforms to bypass Western-controlled exchanges. When the US and UK sanctioned Russian metals on the London Metal Exchange, Russian producers simply moved to Dubai and Shanghai, getting paid in dirhams and Chinese yuan instead of dollars. The momentum is picking up fast. BRICS now has 10 full members: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, the United Arab Emirates, Iran, Ethiopia, Egypt, and Indonesia. And since January 2025, 8 more countries have joined as BRICS partner nations: Belarus, Bolivia, Cuba, Malaysia, Thailand, Uganda, and Uzbekistan. 4 more significant countries, Algeria, Nigeria, Vietnam, and Turkey, have been invited to join. This isn't just about economics, it's about power. The BRICS gold strategy represents a fundamental challenge to Western economic dominance. Its countries asserting their sovereignty and building a multipolar world where wealth and trade operate by new rules. Here is what this means for you. This shift affects currency values, commodity prices, and global power dynamics. Understanding these changes isn't just academic, it's essential for navigating the economic landscape ahead. The BRICS nations' gold reserve strategy is far more than investment diversification. It's a deeply political move driven by lost trust in a weaponized Western financial system. They are not just buying gold as a safe haven, they're using it to build an alternative financial architecture that operates outside Western control. This strategy leverages historical market manipulation vulnerabilities while establishing gold as a universal, apolitical store of value. The implications are massive. We are witnessing the early stages of a new global financial order, and gold is at its foundation. What do you think about this strategy? Do you see gold's role increasing in the global economy? Let me know in the comments below. If this opened your eyes to what's really happening behind the headlines, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Like this video to help spread this crucial information. We will continue exploring how this economic restructuring affects your financial future. Stay informed because these changes are happening now and they are accelerating fast. Thanks for watching.